Hello everyone, thank you for being here today. I'm excited to share a topic that has a big impact on every student's life: motivation. Motivation is what gives us the energy to learn and reach our goals. It's what keeps us going, even when things get tough. It's like the engine that drives a car. No matter how good the car is, it won't move forward without an engine. This topic is also connected to SDG 4, which focuses on providing quality education for everyone. In this talk, I'll explain what motivation is, why it matters, and the challenges students face, and how we can make it better. Okay, let's get started. So, what is motivation? Motivation is the reason why when we do something. It's what makes us try harder and not give up. There are two types of motivation. The first one, intrinsic motivation. This when we do something because we enjoy it. For example, I love photography. I remember spending an entire weekend taking pictures of a sunset just because I enjoyed it. It wasn't for a class or a reward. Second, extrinsic motivation. This is when we do something for a reward. For example, last semester, I worked really hard on a presentation because I wanted to get a good grade. Both types of motivation are important. When students feel motivated, they are more likely to enjoy learning and succeed. Motivation is very important, especially in school. Here's why. First, it helps students do better. For example, I remember when I was preparing for an English language competition last year. I loved the challenge of learning new phrases and improving my speaking skills. That motivation helped me win second place, and the experience taught me that enjoying the process is just as important as the result. Third, it keeps students in school. When students lose motivation, they may want to give up, but when they have a reason to keep going, they are more likely to stay in school and finish their studies. Third, it helps with mental health. I've also had times when I felt unmotivated and frustrated, especially when I didn't understand something in class. But when I found that motivation to keep trying, it helped me feel more confident and positive. Motivation isn't just about grades. It's about building confidence and enjoy the process of learning. Even motivation is so important. Many students struggle with it. Let me share two examples. First, in poor countries, I once read about a school in rural area where students didn't have enough books or desks, even though the kids wanted to learn. The lack of resources made it really hard for them to stay motivated. Second, in richer countries, I have a friend studying in a top university. She told me that the pressure to always get high grades made her feel exhausted. At one point, she even lost interest in her favorite subject, biology, because of the constant stress. According to the UNESCO, 30% of students globally drop out of school because they lose motivation. This shows how serious the problem is and when we need to find solutions. Psychologists have studied motivation and found ways to understand it better. Let me share two helpful ideas. The first one is self-determination theory. This theory says students feel motivated when three needs are met. Feeling in control, for example. One of my teachers let us choose our own topics for final project. I picked a topic I was passionate about, and it made me work much harder. Competence. Believing we can succeed. I once struggled with a statistics class, but my professor encouraged me and said, "You are improving." That gave me the confidence to keep trying. Relatedness. Feeling connected when classmates and teachers support each other. It's much easier to stay motivated. Second, attribution theory. This theory focuses on how we explain success or failure. For instance, when I failed my first driving test, I thought I didn't practice enough. That made me work harder and pass on the second try. But if I had thought, "I just bad at this," I might have given up. Teachers can help by encouraging students to focus on effort instead of fixed abilities. Even with this knowledge, many schools face challenges with motivation. First, too much focus is on grades. I've seen classmates who were so stressed about exams that they stopped enjoying the subjects they used to love. Second, not enough teacher training. Some teachers don't know how to make lessons fun or how to support students emotionally. This issue shows that schools need better ways to support students and their motivation. Now let's talk about ways to improve motivation. First, making learning fun. For example, one of my professors used to quizzes in class. It was like playing a game, and it made everyone excited to participate. Second, match lessons to students' interests. I remember a time when my history teacher let me design a poster instead of writing an essay. I love drawing, so this made me really enjoy the assignment and learn more. Third, build strong relationships. When teachers show they care, it makes a big difference. I had a teacher who always remembered our names and asked how we were doing. That small act of kindness motivated me to try harder in her class. Here's a real example. A school introduced a system where students earned points for finishing homework and particularly in class. They could trade the points for rewards, like extra free time or small prizes. The results were amazing. Dropout rates decreased by 30%, grades improved by 20%. Students said the games made school more fun and less stressful. This shows that even small changes can have a big impact on motivation. In conclusion, motivation is the key to helping students learn and grow. It helps students to do better, stay in school, and feel more confident. But many students lose motivation because of stress or a lack of support. By using ideas like self-determination theory and fun teaching methods, We can help students enjoy learning and reach their goals. Let's work together to create schools where every student feels inspired. This will also help us achieve SDG 4, providing quality education for everyone. That's all. Thank you, everyone.